From your hyperlocal weather source, this is your Norcast Weather Update. Brought to you by Bob's Garden Center and EHT. Shop our homegrown mums in all colors and sizes. Pick the perfect pumpkin for carving or decorating. Bob's has over 15 varieties of pumpkins in all shapes and colors to carve. Bob's has it all for fall.
Happy Thursday, everyone. We're taking a live look out at Ocean City right on the boardwalk. There's actually a decent amount of foot traffic. It feels warm and muggy out there, but visually speaking, it is not perfect. We have a lot of clouds overhead, a little bit more of the kind of annoying drizzle that's been around for the past couple of days. All in all, not the most perfect Thursday afternoon, but at least we're not too cool. Everybody is turning their attention down to the south. We are looking at Florida as we continue to track Hurricane Helene, now up to Category 2 status as of this afternoon. It is expected to strengthen up to a Category 3 storm just before it makes landfall right near that Tallahassee area in Florida, and then continue its track back up to the north. I would say that by about Friday, it's in northern Georgia, and then it just kind of hangs out a little bit over that Tennessee and Kentucky area as it becomes post-tropical. We're seeing a lot of big impacts from this storm for a very large portion of the southeast, not just Florida, but that's where we're starting to see the kind of conditions ramp up and deteriorate. Again, that storm expected to make landfall kind of along that Big Bend area, kind of traveling back towards Tallahassee. One of the biggest concerns with this system is going to be an insane amount of storm surge. We're looking at close to 20 feet of water rising as that storm approaches that Big Bend area. Again, even areas a little bit further away from the storm, kind of down towards Spring Hill and Bayonet Point, still looking at over 5 feet of storm surge well away from the center of that storm. Also, we're expecting some really strong wind gusts as well, anywhere from 90 to 110, where that storm kind of moves onshore. But again, even further away, down from portions kind of farther away from where it makes that landfall through portions of Alabama, we're still seeing 50 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Sustained winds a little bit lower, but still nothing to play around with. Today, we've already seen a lot of rain, severe thunderstorms and such roll through parts of Georgia and South Carolina. Again, we have that 10% chance for tornado activity stretching from Jacksonville up to just north of Myrtle Beach, 5% chance for a big portion of Florida, a slice of both North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. And this is all just before the storm even makes landfall. And then as we continue through the next couple of days, as that storm moves up to the north, you're going to see all of that stronger wind. You're going to be seeing all of the heavy rain just continue to push its way up to the north. So time frame wise, by about 6 o'clock this evening, it's still expected to be just offshore, making that landfall after about maybe 8 o'clock this evening. And then check out all of that heavy rain moving through Georgia and already pushing up towards Kentucky and Tennessee by Friday afternoon. That's all going to continue throughout the next couple of days. So even after this storm makes landfall and starts to kind of become a little bit disjointed and starts to fall apart, we are still going to be dealing with the possibility for some flooding as we see just buckets of rain falling over the next couple of days. Check out how far that moisture is wrapping all the way from our area back to the west and down to as far as Arkansas. We're going to be seeing the moisture from Helene falling across a big portion of the northeastern United States. Now, this is a quick moving system. Sometimes when we see storms and move onshore, they kind of slam on the brakes and they hang out in one spot for an extended period of time. Helene doesn't look to do that, which is a good thing. But that being said, we're still going to see some of those isolated rainfall totals closer to almost 10 inches for portions of Georgia, for the Carolinas, as well as for North Carolina. And then eventually everything has to go down through the waterways. So flooding is going to be an issue not only where the heavy rain takes place, but also in some of those areas kind of closer towards the coastline. South Carolina is known for this. Whatever falls in the upstate has to work its way through the PD and back down to the low country. So flooding is going to be an issue for probably the rest of the weekend and maybe even into next week. Then tomorrow, as the storm moves onshore, that tornado risk also pushes a little bit farther to the north. So Myrtle Beach back up towards north of Wilmington, now in that 10% chance for tornado activity, 2% chance stretching into portions of Virginia, Maryland, and just south of Delaware. The good news is that 3-day range, everything kind of runs out of steam. So we're not looking at the risk for much in the way of storms or severe weather, but we will definitely be dealing with the moisture. Overnight tonight, staying cloudy, maybe even a little bit of some fog on the way. Those dew points are high. There's a lot of moisture camped out across our area that you can feel it not only today, but also into tomorrow and overnight tonight. Temperatures very similar tomorrow, back up in the upper 70s. More chances for scattered showers for your Friday. That tropical moisture kind of moves in Friday into Saturday, and then the second half of the weekend, we start to dry out just a bit. Okay, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I'll check back in with you later on this evening.